Good day and good evening. I'm GHK Lall on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. It's Monday, October 3rd, a brand new month, the last quarter of the year. Welcome to the National Outlook. September felt long, but we're now in the last quarter, and you know what that means. In about a month to 6 weeks, we'll be having Christmas music, and that's my favorite time of the year. But we've got October to deal with first, and oil. 10 billion barrels increase in Stabroek Block reserves validates calls for renegotiation. Former EPA head, that would be Dr. Vincent Adams. My thinking on Dr. Adams is that he's a well-respected Guyanese. He knows what he's talking about. The man is highly qualified, and he worked at the highest levels of the U.S. government in the Department of Energy. He has been there. He knows how this thing works. So when he tells you that the 10 billion more barrels of oil that we found since 2016 in the Stabroek Block reserves necessitates a renegotiation, he's on good grounds. The facts are there. When the oil deal was signed, we had 1.1 billion barrels. That was proven, that was found by Exxon. 6 years later, we know about 10 billion barrels more. It's not guesswork. It's not somebody estimating and pulling something out of the air. It's proven. The science is there, the geology is there, the studies that Exxon, the mapping and seismic studies that Exxon has done have all confirmed that we've got this amount of oil there and more to come, and more to come. It is why that Dr. Adams, the former EPA head, is saying that we ought to renegotiate the 2016 oil contract. I agree with that. I took the contract for what it was when the coalition signed it because of some things that I felt were beneath it and made it necessary for it to be signed. I've always said we paid in blood. We paid insurance premium because of Venezuela and its claims. But leaving that aside, things have changed. And they have changed significantly. They've changed by 1,000%. We've gone from 1.1 billion barrels to 11 billion barrels, 10 billion more. 10 billion more. A 1,000 increase in proven reserves for Exxon of what we are capable of here. And we're still stuck in 2016. Something is wrong with that picture, my fellow Guyanese. We shouldn't be taking this sitting down. It's why I say that the vice president, the president, the vice president, the PPP government really ought to make a move and say, we need to sit down and talk. We need to talk seriously about what we can get. I want to do two things about this thing about sanctity of contract. I think you would know about sports figures. They make millions, the National Basketball Association, the National Football League in America, in the United Kingdom, the soccer players. They sign huge $100 million contracts, and then they come to the realization that the market value has changed and that a number of circumstances have changed, and therefore they need to get more. And you know what they do? They hold out. They sit down. They said, we are not playing. We're not playing because what is going on is not fair to me, the player. And I think that that's the same thing that has to operate with our oil, this national patrimony, where so many things have changed and nothing more than the proven reserves going up by 1,000%, 10 times. And we're still in the same place with the 2% royalty and the 50-50 sharing and no ring fencing and no taxes paid by Exxon. Something has to give here. And I think that President Ali and the Vice President has to find it in themselves, have to dig deep, have to be courageous enough, have to get the you know what they have to get, and to stand up for us and say, we want more and we must get more. It's as simple as that and as tough as that. I'm GHK Lall on Kaieteur Radio 99.1 and 99.5 FM. Thank you for listening to the National Outlook.